One of the biggest questions I get as a realtor here in Greenville, South Carolina is about building. Where do I build? How do I build? And most importantly, who do I build with? So today, I'm going to rank builders here in the upstate of South Carolina. From the big national builders, we're going to talk about the regional builders, and then also we're going to talk about those tiny hyper-local builders and give you our thoughts on that. Here's your big caution warning on this video. Do not go to the builder by yourself. You need to be represented on one of your biggest transactions. So you are not bothering me. You are not bothering the team. Just give us a call if you are walking into a model home to meet with an agent and you're like, oh no, we were supposed to call a realtor. If you do not have that representation, call us. Call me. We will drop whatever we are doing and we will meet you there. It is so important and something that I'm pretty passionate about. Slow down, call us, and don't go to the builder unrepresented. All right, now that the soapbox is done, let's go ahead and start with these hyper-local builders. And by the way, I have a brand new resource for you that I'm super excited about, and we're gonna talk about it throughout this video. If you want this, scan this QR code right here. I'll tell you more about it as we keep going. Let's get into this. I'm not going to rank the local builders at this point. There is such a wide range of how they do things, what they offer. That being said, if I'm mentioning them here in this video, that means they're pretty good. Blue sky builders. We have actually walked a blue sky build. Go watch this video if you're interested in what that looks like. It was a $1 million house. To my knowledge, it's either still on the market or recently off the market. What Blue Sky does is they buy the lot, they build a beautiful home, and then they sell it. Is there the opportunity to hire them? Absolutely. But typically they're going to buy the lot and sell you a spec home. Next, Durham Homes. Again, another builder that we have walked. They are more semi-custom. You choose from a list and grouping of plans that they have, and they will make tweaks within reason on the house that you ultimately want. They have the lots, they have the land. It's a win-win situation. And typically their homes are in a subdivision that I think is really great. You can go out, walk your dogs, enjoy neighbors, etc. A few other builders that I want to just list off for you. We've got Catherine Homes. Rosewood Communities is rather popular around here. Cobblestone Home Builders is definitely a luxury custom home builder. We have spoke with these people. We have had plans drawn up with them. Just know if you're interested, feel free to reach out to us. We know how to navigate this with you. Two other rather local builders that build in subdivisions are Smith Douglas Homes. They actually have a community of townhomes in Travelers Rest. Or Apollo Builders. They're a new one that we recently found. And we went out to Spartanburg and walked one of their houses. Very reasonably priced in the mid 300s, low 400,000s. I was impressed. One more little note about Apollo Builders. To our knowledge, we could not find an actual website. So the best representation I have is the video that we made of those homes out in Spartanburg. And finally, Ferguson Builders. Ferguson Builders is one of the larger known custom builders here in the Greenville upstate area. They do build outside of Greenville, and I would definitely recommend if you have that budget where you're able to go and custom build the home, we have to talk to Ferguson Home Builders. So reach out to us. Would love to connect you where you need to and also offer opinions. And custom building isn't for everyone. It's a lot of people's dream. Just know there's lots of other options too. So next, let's roll ahead into those regional builders. Let's start ranking. These regional builders offer a very wide range of options. You can buy a house for $275,000 all the way up to well over $1 million using one of these builders. So first, let's talk about McGuinn Homes. We've done a walkthrough of McGuinn Homes and showed off this builder that is hyperlocal. Now, they portray to service the underserved buyer here in the area. What that means is they do tend to build a decent quality house, but at a much lower price point. It's really cool when you can get a super nice house for under $300,000 in a nice area or an up and coming area. What they do is they buy lots specifically. So sometimes they have a neighborhood, sometimes they don't. They do like to cluster their houses together. I would say overall, let's give them a B- rating. While they are good quality build, the reason for their rating is you don't get the options, you don't get the upgrades, there's more carpet, less LVP, you get the gist. That's what you're getting with McGuinn Homes. Next, Great Southern Homes. They offer large neighborhoods with a completely different list of homes. You can get one-story houses. You can also get large, over 3,000 square foot houses, all within the same neighborhood. They are offering amenities that you usually only see in some of the bigger builder neighborhoods. So you're gonna have the community pool, the cabana, pickleball courts. Oh my goodness, you can't have the neighborhood without pickleball courts. Other things too is they offer the incentives that so many other builders are offering. So $10,000 in closing costs, an appliance package. I really do think that they are a good builder. We're going to give them a A. They have a checklist that they give every buyer that guides them through the build process. So are you forgetting something? Is there something else that needs to happen? I think during a build process, having a checklist is really, really valuable. So scan the QR code that's over here on the screen. We would love to send you the Great Southern Homes checklist. And don't forget, let their agents know that you're working with the Aubree Lewis group, because that's what we do and we represent your best interests. Anyways, let's keep going here. Hunter Quinn. I'm having a hard time giving low ratings to these regional builders. I am always impressed when we walk into the build of the quality of options that are available and the care that they're able to take with their customers. It's just something that you don't quite get whenever we get into those bigger national builders. They're almost a semi-custom builder. I have not seen another one like them, and we have walked one of their houses out in Anderson. So over here, go click on that video if you're interested in Hunter Quinn. And what's really cool is if it makes sense to, bump that wall just a little bit to make a bigger owner's closet or a bigger pantry, or you just aren't sure if that room should be an office or a loft, they are willing to make those changes, some of those upgrades that I think ultimately also help with your resale value, because any home that you buy, you build is an investment. So we always make sure what is going to increase the value of this home over maybe another upgrade. Oh man, I love Hunter Quinn. Let's give them an S. Next, two more that I want to completely just kind of geek out over is Veranda and Trust Homes. Now, they are so incredibly different. Veranda is a much smaller builder. You are going to find more of your townhomes, subdivisions, etc. And I would give them a C. They're just not someone that we work with as much, and I have walked their homes. It's kind of like walking something built by DRB or Ryan. That's not saying that it's bad. If you see Veranda, please, please, please go walk it. Next, Trust Homes. The homes that I've walked by Trust Homes are massive homes. They do build in larger scale communities with larger lots, so think half-acre lots, plus it's also attached to the price point. So if you are looking for that larger family home, or maybe it's just the two of you and you're like, we like big houses, let's do it, I would definitely recommend looking at Trust Homes. They have really nice options, the upgrades that really bring a luxury feel to the build. Every time I have dealt with the builder, They have a really good communication. So on that, let's give them an A. All right, so you are interested in building a home, and it is in your best interest to be represented. So reach out to our team. This is what we do. Even if the builder seems awesome and you're like, we don't need a real, yes, you do. Yes, you do. So reach out to us. Scan this QR code. Thanks. So as we move into talking about the nationally known bigger builders, we've talked about these builders on the channel multiple times before. What you need to know is there have been some notable changes to the builders that are here in the upstate. So what is that change, Aubree? And let's go into detail. So first, let's talk about one of our newest builders here in the upstate, but nationally known, Pulte Homes. Now, Pulte has had a foothold in the Southeast for quite some time. They're very well known in the Florida markets for their Del Webb communities. Again, we've done those videos. If you are interested in a Pulte home, I give it a B, solid. It's a good quality. They have really cool upgrades with the big sliding glass doors on the back of the house. I think that is one of their key features that I see in most of their homes, and it just gives the home an extra je ne sais quoi. I think Pulte is a great builder for you to look at. They are going to have a wide range of price ranges down to $350,000, but all the way up, you can build a $900,000 Pulte home here in the area, in these communities, if you just Mac Daddy out all of the options. All right, next let's go DRB. So DRB has been here forever. What I have noticed is they pay attention more to what's inside the walls. That's a big deal whenever you're building a house. If you watch our videos, you'll notice that we go through these home builds or some of these houses and we do what I like to call the jump test. If I'm walking around upstairs and the people downstairs can tell where I'm walking because they can hear me, I've got a little bit of a problem. And if you have kids like me, they're loud and they jump and they run. It's really loud. So DRB takes care of what is in between the walls, along with the energy efficiency and just making sure overall that the home gets not just once over by the main foreman, they get a second overview, and then they get a third inspection overview by a third-party inspector that the builder actually hires. Now, that doesn't mean that we aren't going to get our own inspection. Something I want you to know during this entire process is that hiring a third-party home inspector is really, really important to find the things that are potentially wrong with the house. I just had a client who purchased a new construction. Everything looks great. However, it's been on the market for quite some time. We slowed down. We got a third-party home inspection. Not only did we find that 2 of the toilets were leaking, but also the rain shower head around on the ceiling had a current leak that was happening. Then you also saw that some of the lights weren't working and the outlets weren't working. On a brand new house, it should be almost perfect. So the home inspection really saved us and allowed us to find those things, and the builder had it fixed within a week. It was very good money spent to find out, okay, this home is ready for us. DRB, I would give them an A. They're a good build, not much is going to go wrong, and their builder representatives are good at communicating, at least from what I've experienced. Just know they represent the builder. Let's talk about Ryan Homes. So Ryan Homes has completely moved the gamut. They are a very large national builder, and they build a house probably the fastest out of all of these builders. They build only when they get a contract. They do not build spec homes, and their build time is 3 to 4 months. 3 months is like their townhomes, ridiculously fast. 4 months, I would say even upwards of 5 months, is their larger single family homes. Now, Ryan Builders has not been my favorite builder in the past, and just know that this changes depending on the market temperature if Ryan Homes is going to be willing to let a realtor walk in and represent you. It's something that we've had long conversations about. Right now, with the real estate market the way it is, Ryan Homes doesn't mind a realtor walking in with you. I think that they're a good quality build. They have some beautiful floor plans, and they do tend to build more of a master planned community. There's a really nice one in Spartanburg that we've toured before that had multiple swimming pools, walking trails, ponds, and just overall was built with different generations in mind. So not only are you going to find your larger family homes or your starter homes, you're going to find the "this is my last house" home. It's not necessarily marketed to the 55 and older community, but when you walk through the house, it has wider doorways, it has lower thresholds on the floors. It's one of those houses where you want family to visit, but you also want them to go home. So Ryan Home Builders, you're going to get a B- because you have such a nice short build time. You do have beautiful floor plans and really nice finishes. All right, next is Eastwood. Now, Eastwood does not build as much here in the upstate as I remember them building upwards of 6 to 8 years ago, but it's also a good builder. Incentives are there, and across the board with all of these builders, they're offering decent incentives. We're talking closing costs, appliances, etc. Maybe a free upgrade or some MAD money, which is really good to know about. Eastwood Homes, you get a B. Thank you so much for being a good builder. I enjoy working with your people. All right, let's talk about Dream Finders. So Dream Finders is one of those that we had such high hopes. They came in and they bought a builder called Crescent Homes. And this has happened within the last 2, maybe 3 years. Dream Finders has taken over the lots that Crescent owned, and some of their main project managers have actually stayed on to work with this builder. And here recently, it's something where the house is beautiful. They do build some spec homes, and they will build from the ground up. They also have really good 1-floor living homes that have an extra bonus room, bedroom, bathroom upstairs. Now, here's the rating. We're going to give them a D, plainly because their communication recently has sucked. And we're going to say it just like that. They will get you a pretty house with a great floor plan that I think has everything that you need. However, Dream Finders, fix the communication. You've got a project manager who saves it almost every time. It's going to close at least 2 months late. So again, my opinion, we've got 3 more national builders that I'm going to talk about. Number 3, Mungo Homes. Mungo is a larger builder. They have large scale communities, very nice floor plans. Mungo, you get an A because you always take care of our people. So I appreciate that as someone who is looking out for my client's best interest, but at the same time, it's a good quality house with some really cool floor plans. You have incentives, at least $10,000. You also add appliances and blinds, and there's even some negotiation room. I love that. Mungo Homes build in some of the further communities. I'm thinking specifically of the Belton-Williamston area, and you serve my clients well. Thanks. Also, your project managers are great. Number 2, Century Complete. Now, this is a name that we actually don't hear very often, and it has gone by so many different names throughout my 10 years as a real estate agent. Here's what I'll tell you. It's a good first-time home. You're going to be able to buy within your budget. You're going to buy in a decent location as well. You're going to be in a neighborhood that doesn't have an HOA as a new construction neighborhood. I love it. But here's where we get down to exactly what's happened. And you get my lowest rating of an F because of what you're building. It's going to have granite countertops. It's going to have LVP flooring. It's going to have at least 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but the communication is going to be very poor. And actually building the house, you're not going to have any options. It's going to have the grayish walls and the gray countertops and the white cabinets throughout the house. It's a spec build through and through, but they're going to make you feel like you got to choose it. They are going to charge you lot premiums for the lot that they want that backs up to trees, etc. But I really do feel like if you want to buy a house and you don't want to buy a resale home and you want something that's brand new, Century Complete is the builder that you may run across. I have helped many people purchase them, and I have helped many people sell them. It is a good home to live in for, I would say, anywhere from 2 to 5 years, and most people grow out of it. They only usually have a 1-car garage, and there is very little space to actually park more than 1 vehicle with these homes. So I'm sorry, Century Complete. My opinion, we're going to give it the rating there. Finally, let's talk about a builder that is no longer on this list. So SK Homes showed up on the last video that we did, and they did not get a good rating. As a builder, we're going to give you a D. Well, here's what I can tell you now about SK Homes. They have been acquired by D.R. Horton. Now, that was huge news. Honestly, I can't say that many of us were disappointed. I've lived in an SK house. It took at least 12 months to build that house. It never closed on time. The last one that I had built with a client, they forgot to put insulation in the house, underneath the house. It was wild. So we caught it, again, those third-party home inspections, and sometimes what they offer, the incentives just weren't worth it. So here's the deal. SK got bought out by D.R. Horton. Now, here's where we go moving forward. D.R. Horton, you are doing right by my clients right now, and I really do appreciate that. I know D.R. Horton gets a really bad rap on the internet. There's a lot of people that do not like D.R. Horton. We could name even more national builders that aren't on this list that show up with not great reviews. But D.R. Horton, we're going to give you an A today because you build nice spec houses, something that my clients can move into in the price range that they need. I have a client currently that really needs a 4, maybe 5 bedroom home, and you are still building houses within their budget with the $10,000 incentive, with bringing the appliances in and potentially the blinds as well. Just overall, I'm thankful that we have the builder option here, that we are able to find homes that are ready to move in, that don't take a ton of build time, and they have the community pools, they have the amenities. They are really a multi-generational home. With this list of builders here, obviously there are maybe some that didn't make the list this time, others that have made the list. I hope you found it valuable. So reach out to us. Here's the QR code over here, and ask us for that checklist from Great Southern Homes. And we also have another list of just the builders here in the upstate. It comes with links to all of the different builders, and we've worked with them. So reach out to us. We want to help you on this. Now, if you're still researching and you're like, well, we're not sure if we want new construction, you should go over here and click on this playlist of all of our different home tours we've done, because we walk you through resale homes, maybe not so awesome homes, brand new homes, $1 million homes. Just go ahead, click on this playlist. Thanks.